Hi guys, it's So Cool Tiff. I haven't made a video in a really long time because I just started high school a while ago. Now I'm becoming a sophomore, but I have a lot more free time since it's summer and I have been off doing a lot. One of the things that have been brought up to my attention is that a lot of people, especially JDRF themselves, think that diabetes is a burden. I may be one of the only people in this whole United States that thinks this, but it's not a burden on me. I got to grow from it. And people are thinking that needles are a bad thing, which in most cases, really bad thing, because it hurts sometimes. But, just hurt myself a little bit. My needles I had to deal with when I first got diagnosed were that big. I dealt with them for a year. That long of a needle, I'm pretty sure everyone here can deal with that. Which I understand, because needles can get to that big, but if I use them, it only goes like halfway in because I don't need that big of a needle. Most people don't need that big of a needle when they're diagnosed with diabetes because they can get really skinny. When I was diagnosed, I was only 50 pounds, so I didn't really need that big of a needle since I didn't have that much fat content because you could see everything. It was bad. But diabetes isn't a burden. Not on me anyway. I mean, yeah, you have to deal with the pressures of lows. Extreme lows, you need a glucagon, which is basically a shot, and highs, which you can also use a shot in insulin or your pump. Or some people use an EpiPen, but I was never encountered with that. I was on shots for a year, then I was on the pump. And it's not a burden. Really, when you check your blood sugar, and I'll give you an example below, when you encounter, that says 69, I don't think you can tell. When you encounter a low, you get to eat, and oh my gosh. I don't know if any other diabetic agrees with me, but I believe some do. When you're low and you eat something, it's amazing. And also at times when you're low, you feel like you can't walk. You feel like you're spacing out. You can't really make good sentences. Which is why I'm glad I never encountered that in language arts class. But you get to eat. When you're younger, whenever you're low, because some people get checked at 12 and 3, I got that a lot. And I was low, I'd get woken up with food. I mean, food. Food. You get to eat. What other excuse can you use to have your parents give you food in the middle of the night other than I'm low? Come on. Especially at 3 in the morning. Another thing is, you get to learn more about your body. Take on the responsibility that goes with learning about it. Me being 10 years old, I didn't know much about my body and how it worked. And I got to learn about it. And then I got to learn that I have to do all this to where I can take care of my body and not get as hurt. Because if you're too high for too long, it can damage your body. Figured that out when I went in with DKA. I hope no one ever gets it, but I went in with DKA in the ER, and I had messed up my liver and my heart. You just don't want to deal with it. So you learn how to control it to where you don't have to go in and in and in with cases of DKA. And you just don't want to encounter it. Believe me, you don't want to encounter it and let it get that bad. And a lot of people have a passion for something. Either it's singing, dancing, drawing, writing, a lot of these things. And they can share it with somebody. Well, along with my passions for being a nurse and singing and stuff, I want to spread awareness. One of those people that are really passionate about their diabetes. And it's just yours. You don't have to worry about, having it belittled in something, because it can never be taken away from you. And I don't know if I'm the only one that's going to say this, but if there's a cure, I probably won't want it. Because I'm so used to living my life being with my pump 24/7. It's like one of my best friends, because it's always with me and I always sleep with it. And I don't know if I'd want to have to go through it and have my pancreas working again with the chance of it failing. And I'm so used to it that it's just like part of my daily life. It's like blinking and breathing and thinking. It's part of you. And believe me, at 10 years old, I was happy to be on shots. I actually got to watch my parents give themselves a shot as part of learning how to give them themselves. So when you think about it, it's not really that hard as people perceive. The things that are hard enough only really is the lows and the highs and how people perceive it. And maybe if people perceive it differently, it won't be so hard. 'Cause, believe me, not that much. And most people have a really high ratio. Mine's actually a really low ratio. I've been on a 12-to-1 ratio before. I'm on a 5-to-1 and a 4-to-1 ratio because of how badly controlled it is. But I lived through it. And I'm really hoping that people who think it's a burden can live through it too. Because when you learn to love it, it gets so much better. And I'm living through it. 5 years almost. On July 10th, I think. Yeah, I think July 10th. It'll be my 5 years. So I'll be one of the happiest people I can be. Yep. About 5 years and strong. I'm hoping you guys can be that way too. Well, comment if you'd like to talk about your diabetes or questions about mine and I can answer them in another video. Or subscribe. Thanks. Bye.